All right, lads. Crying right there? It's been like 4.5 hours I'm doing this. Next permutation, I think you already read about that, so I think we can just jump straight to like explaining what's going on here. So, pretty simple stuff if you'll understand what's going on. But it's really hard to explain. I don't know, it's really tough to explain, but if you get if you get the way it works, it's really simple. I know everyone says it's really hard, and if you don't know what it is, it's okay. And yeah, I do agree. It's just if you get that hunch, right? It's gonna be real easy. Okay, so I've got this website. It's just random website from one of the solutions. I think it's this one, right? So great solution, but just gonna walk through maybe like the algorithm itself, and then you can just look at the solution, and you'll get what I mean, what that means. So here, so you've got let's so you've got examples right here, but they're not really that great. They don't really show the whole problem because I did this solution for these examples, and it kind of like it worked out, but it's a stupid solution. And it's just taking a look at the left and right number and comparing them, and once you find the smaller number on the left, that means you can just swap, right? um, but never mind. So here, this is a better example, and they have visualization, so that's great. And so we're kind of like try to explore it based on this example. So we got this array right here, 1 2 5 3 3 0. There is so far there is two observations you can make. Um, the first one is that you cannot really swap, like for example, if you try to swap 0 and 3, just for any reasons, it doesn't really matter. You're just trying to find best numbers to swap, right? If you try to swap 0 and 3, um, it's gonna produce a smaller number because you know 30 and then 0 3, 30 and 3, 30 is definitely bigger, right? So you don't really want to swap um, with the number that is bigger on the left. You want to swap with the number that's bigger on that's smaller on the left, right? That's the first observation, right? You want to make sure that you're finding a smaller number on the left to swap with, right? That's the first observation. Now, second one, just keep in mind that you don't have to think about it. Don't think about it. Just like go with the flow. Like go with the video. If you don't understand it, doesn't matter. Just go. Just push it through. Okay. So you've got 0 3 3 5 and 2, right? There is another observation that you can make, and that observation is um, you want to go from right to left. Why? Because this sequence right here, this is a number, right? You want to swap numbers on the rightmost side because the righter it gets, the smaller the swap will be, the smallest impact the swap will make, right? And you want um, if you paraphrase this problem right here, all you want is just a next permutation that is smallest. So basically you want to make um, one no, sorry, you want to make um, a next permutation that will be the smallest permutation possible but bigger than it currently is, right? So your idea, don't think about it too much. Again, just follow, go with the flow, go with the video. I know it's kind of complex, but you get the flow. So on the right, basically you have 0 3 3 5. You want to start from the right. Start from the right because on the right you have smaller numbers. If you swap the smaller numbers, you have the smaller impact. That's two observations. Don't swap with the larger number on the left and start from the right. And so that's what you do here, right? These are two things that that start the algorithm, right? Now, once you started the algorithm, you'll find you go from 0 to 3 to 3 to 5. You kind of skip them because you know that they're bigger on the left than the previous. So if you compare 3 and 0, 3 is bigger, so you kind of skip it and you go 3 and 3, you compare them. Um, they're the same, so you can skip them, and then 5 and 3, you can compare, they're the same, so you can skip them. Now, you compare 2 and 5, 2 is smaller, so what they call it pivot, but that doesn't really matter. It's just the number that is smaller than your than your right number, right? When you compare left and right number, left is smaller than right, right? So that's great, right? So what do? Do you swap 2 and 5? Well, you can do that. Yeah, you'll have 1, 5, 2, and then whatever, right? But the thing is that you can actually swap with some other numbers on the right. That's what you can do. That's just, you can just swap it with anything from here. Uh, but your idea is that you want to swap it with a more rightmost number, right? The number that is closer to the right, because the smallest and closer number, right? So like it's already sorted in here, right? You can see it's monotonically increasing monotonically, right? It's going up, right? From here, from right to left, right? So what you want to do is you just want to, since it's monotonically increasing, you just go through it again. You have a second cycle. Once you found a pivot, you have a second cycle where you go through it and find the number that is bigger than this number, right? Why? Because if you find the number that is smaller than this number, let's say 2 and 0, right? Again, remember what I told you at the beginning? You cannot really swap the number that is bigger on the left than the number that it's than the number on the right, because you're making the number smaller, right? If you swap 12 like 1 2 and 0 with 1 0 and 2, 1 2 and 0 is bigger, right? And we don't want to make the smaller number, we want to make a little bit bigger number than it currently is, right? So what you want to do is you want to go through from the right and find the number that is bigger than this, right? And swap with it, right? So that's what you do. You go from the right again, 0, 3. Okay, you found 3. 3 is bigger than 2, right? So you swap it, right? That's what they did here. They found the number 3. 3 is bigger than 2. They swap it, right? Now, that's great. You kind of solved the problem. That's it. That's all it is. Now, last push. Last push. 1 3 5 3 2 0. You see it's sorted? Still, like if you take a look at this part right here, it's still sorted, right? That swap that you just did, it won't break your monotonically increasing thing. It's still sorted. It's still there, right? So if you think about it, right? You already increased the number. You see you had 12 whatever. Now you have 13 whatever, right? Now there is a good catch. You can decrease this number even further, right? Remember, you want to find the smallest next permutation. Next permutation that is bigger than currently is, like this is the current permutation, but like a little bit bigger, right? Just a little bit, right? Here you can see there is a room for improvement. What if we just swap 0 and 5 and then 2 and 3, right? It would make the number smaller, right? But we're lucky. Remember, as I told you, this is sorted. This is already sorted. 0, 2, 3, 5, it's already sorted, right? So what you can do, it's sorted in descending order starting from left to right. What you can do is just sort them in ascending order, right? That will make the number smaller, right? That's the only reason why we're doing the sorting, because we want on the right, because we want to make the number smaller, right? Because it's sorted right now. It's in the way that is in maximum, like it makes the maximum out of this right part, and we want to make the minimum out of this right part, because again, we want the minimum next, whatever, right? So here, 13 5 3 2 0. What do? We sorted ascendingly, right? Now the funny thing is that if you can, like, you can sort it, right, and it's going to be n log n or whatever, it doesn't really matter, but the fact is either you can sort it, or if you take an observation, you can just reverse it. You can reverse 0 and 5, like you can reverse this number. It's going to be the same number, but it's going to be sorted ascendingly now, right? That's how it is, right? So that's what they do here. They reverse it. That's it. That's the algorithm. Bye.